Good evening, Pokefans. Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt, and we're going to continue our seasonal rank climb using a team that we built from scratch. I do apologize if I sound so out of it, and that's because I have been through most of the day. But I at least wanted to record a video for you guys to watch for Monday, since I did promise you guys will have one, and you will get one. Now it is late in the evening, so I'm going to try to be quiet and do my best to not shout during this video, as it is Sunday night. So Monday morning you guys will see this, or possibly Monday afternoon, depending on when I'm able to edit this to upload it to YouTube. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into our matches for the day. Okay, so we got Furgraf, Ogerpon, that's water, Fire, Incineroar, well, duh, Ursaluna, Urshifu, we're not sure which type or which style, and Fluttermane. So we're going to be pretty much out of options for priority. So instead, what I would like to try to do is maybe come up with some sort of offset that we can use to maybe apply pressure to our team. But because I do see Furgraf out there and I do see Ursaluna, it's going to be a good chance that Trick Room is going to be applied either by the Furgraf or Fluttermane. So I'm not 100% sure which one I should be focusing on. I think we opened up with Urshifu, Ogerpon last time. We'll bring an Incineroar after that and Fluttermane. I think that's what I'll do. So the main thought process that I have is that if I somehow get faked out or can't attack with Urshifu to maybe knock out either Fluttermane or Furgraf, I'm going to have to try to swing it some other way to try to make it so that Trick Room doesn't get activated. But we do open up with the Furgraf Incineroar, so we do kind of see the open that I knew was going to happen. Intimidate does go off, which is unfortunate for my physical attackers. Fake Out is going to come over to Ogerpon. It's actually not. It might go for the Incineroar because I can't knock out the Furgraf after that. So I'm going to detect on Urshifu. And we'll Ivy Cudgel into it. So we're going to be expecting the Fake Out to come out from here. And it does into the Protect. I think we're calced the way that we need to be to knock out Furgraf. And obviously that's not going to do it. But Trick Room does activate. I think we went with Urshifu and Fluttermane. Terra Fairied, Moonblast, and just barely didn't knock it out. I think that's what we did. We could swap now. Bring out my Incineroar. But I think I'm okay. Because now I could just do Wicked Blow and Ivy Cudgel. Parting Shot goes on the Urshifu, so he is -2 now, so he needs to be off the field next turn. They're going to bring out Ursaluna. Fluttermane. Okay. Not bad. Gets the booster energy, so it's special attack, not speed. Because you wouldn't want to have speed. Hyper Voice. Not enough. That's quite a bit, but the Throat Spray does activate on the Furgraf. Now, since that has Throat Spray, Ursaluna. Wow, Ursaluna in the back is most likely going to have the Life Orb. Could also have Focus Sash, but that's rare in most cases. Out comes Ursaluna. we do need to remove it. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to go ahead and Spiky Shield so that we get some Intimidate off, but I'm just resetting the debuffs off of Urshifu, as I think he's going to be my physical attacker for now. Because right now, since Trick Room is active, it's not a good idea to have either one of those guys do all the attacking, but until at least Trick Room is off. Now Fluttermane could still do Trick Room after it like wears off, so I'm hoping to have some sort of leeway here. Terra normal on the Ursaluna. Here comes that Hyper Voice. Does nothing on the Ogerpon. Might hit my Incineroar for a bit. Oh, it's not enough. Okay. We've got quite a bit there. Trick Room is only for 2 more turns. I'm going to Fake Out the Ursaluna. And I think I'm just going to Ivy Cudgel? No, we'll Horn Leech into the Fluttermane. Swap. The Incineroar would have been really great, but now Ogerpon is -2, which isn't going to do a whole lot. Oh, their Incineroar is tiny. Lynch could not move. Horn Leech. I'm not going to get very much HP, but that's totally fine. Parting Shot on the Ursaluna. And we're going to go ahead and bring out Fluttermane. Now Fluttermane's my fastest attacker on this team, but I am just going to use it for fodder because Hyper Voice is going to do a lot. Oh, Fake Out goes into the Fluttermane, so that's cool. We dodged that. Hyper Voice is still going to do a lot. Mind's Eye prevents it from being dodged. Oh, we actually lived that. Oh, neat. I wasn't expecting to live that. But we'll Parting Shot you so that you get the -1 in special attack. And that should be the end of Trick Room. Should being the keyword. Yep. They return back to normal. Close combat. Oh, this is weird. If I don't plan this correctly, one's gonna get dodged and the other one's not gonna receive damage. Let's do it this way. It's a good call. So it's a good thing that we swapped over to Incineroar because the close combat would have definitely not done anything to the Fluttermane. But we're gonna force a kind of like a draw here. Right now it's 4v3, I think. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and Moonblast their Fluttermane, which should knock it out. It goes down. Does not have a special attack boost, none of that. And I am now going to go ahead and close combat the Incineroar, which has not debuffed Urshifu because he swapped out already. So now it's just Ursaluna versus my 4. And no Trick Room. I mean, they do still have Vacuum Wave, but is that enough to knock me out? I don't know. Let's go ahead and do the Sucker Punch, Moonblast in case if it is. Okay, never mind. They canceled the battle. I mean, it's not bad. Like I went 4-1. That's awesome. In that match, obviously, I'm 1-0 so far. The one thing I have had on my mind all day It was a comment that someone named Jay had left on my channel. Let me go ahead and just read that comment real quick. And I don't mean to put you on blast, Jay, but I just I've thought about this all day, and I'm not sure which team that you're mentioning. It says here, disappointed to see you always falling back on the same Pokemon when you lose a few games. Give a team a chance to see if they can, or if you can learn how to pilot them better. And I believe that's my entire point of this series. So I've been reflecting on it, and I'm not sure which team that Jay here is talking about. So Jay, let me go ahead and just reply to physically. I know I had already replied in a comment. Your comment is fair. Obviously, the statement is very fair. I'm not sure which team that you're talking about though. Because there's two teams that I brought up. Team 3 and Team 2. Team 2 is the team that we're playing with now. Team 3 is the team that I thought of and was just like, oh, I'm going to put this on from pen to paper to realizing it in there. It's not actually supposed to be in the series, but I just threw it in there. So if that's the team that you're talking about, I can create more videos for that team. It's not a big deal. I thought that I just didn't give this team enough showtime or to me for anything, right? And for me specifically, I never really learned how to pilot Urshifu single strike enough. So I thought I would revisit this team and try to make it better. And I seem to have done that, but I get it. Thank you for leaving the comment. And if you don't mind coming or getting back to me so I can show you the team that you do want to see, because if you want to see Team 3, I'll record it for you. I have no problem doing that. As a matter of fact, Team 3 is probably going to be what I take for the global challenge here next weekend. So be up for, if that's the team you're rooting for, we're going to be testing out for that team really quick. If it's this team, then I hope you enjoyed the show all the same. But it's just been weighing a lot, and I just wanted to say that so that no one feels like they're being ignored, and I don't want people to think that I'm not doing as this channel, or at least this series, is supposed to do. It's supposed to teach me and highlight the teams that I build, regardless if they do good or bad. So that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so in this lineup, we've got Grimmsnarl, Tatsugiri, Fluttermane, Latios. That's interesting. Urshifu, and Dodonzo. So in basic team comps, we have a fake out screen user for Grimmsnarl, possibly, but we have, but we have an overarching sushi combo here. And with my particular team, I really don't have an answer for Dodonzo. I do have Ogerpon now, and I can be able to use like his move sets of like Horn Leech to maybe bring it down. But after the +2, I'm not really going to be doing a whole lot of damage. So the only thing I can possibly do is maybe use Fluttermane to bring it down even further. But I don't know how that's going to work. We'll open up with Tornadus and Fluttermane just to kind of get the goal rolling. Raging Bolt, and we'll bring in Ogerpon. We're not going to bring in Urshifu or Incineroar because they don't really have a lot of Pokemon that I would deem dangerous. But we're going to open up with our fastest Prankster, and it's not going to be able to do anything to Grimmsnarl, but it can put a lot of pressure on their team. So they opened up with Latios and Grimmsnarl, and I opened up with Fluttermane and Tornadus. Now, Fake Out could go into Tornadus, but it's not going to do anything. We'll do Tailwind so that we outspeed, and then we've got a couple of options here. Shadow Ball for Latios doesn't do anything to Grimmsnarl. We can solo both of these, and I think that's what I want to try to do. I'm going to leave the Terra off, and I'm going to go straight into Latios. I think that's going to be the best option that I have. Fake Out, as we predicted, it's going to go into the Tornadus. Won't matter because we're going to get the Tailwind off, revealing that we have the Covert Cloak. Moonblast goes right into Latios. Survives due to the Focus Sash. Draco Meteor, it's going to go right into Tornadoes, which is going to knock him out. Drops his special attack harshly. So now we're going to open up with Ogerpon. That way we can kind of get our stuff set up in case if it is Tatsugiri into Donzo. But I think we're going to be safe with what we're doing now. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the Moonblast. Terra Fairy with the specs. And with Tailwind up, I should be faster than Latios. And we could be seeing like a double switch here or maybe a Protect on one of the Pokemon. If it is a Protect on either one will survive or both will survive. Or if it's a switch, I'm hoping that we get someone. So there's a switch to the Donzo. Nope, Tatsugiri. That means the Donzo's coming out soon. Now Raging Bolt is also going to put a lot of pressure on Donzo himself as well. So we do need to keep that in mind. But Raging Bolt's probably going to be the last person I want to bring out. Because of the fact that if we somehow mess up, we're not going to have a good time. And here it comes. Parting Shot makes him go back. Here comes the Donzo. Tatsugiri's going to go into his mouth. Commander's going to get activated. Shiny. I wonder if this is a shiny team. There's a +2 to all those stats. I kind of wish that the chat would just like show all of them in unison. That was one of the things I wanted to bring up as an asset creation, and it didn't work too well. It took up a ton of space on the screen. Like you guys don't know, it took up a lot. We're gonna Horn Leech, and I mean Protect's probably gonna happen here. And we'll swap to Raging Bolt now, because the Protect is going to come out. I believe that is a Life Orbs, not Life Orb, but Leftover set. A lot of people build him that way. Now it could be different, but I believe a Protect's coming out here. Here is the Terra on the Donzo. So now it's 2-on-1. And Steel is the Terra type, which is going to make water attacks minuscule. It's also going to ignore fairies. No Protect. So this is Earthquake or Water Up. Okay. And you get a speed boost or attack boost? You get the attack boost. Gotcha. Okay. You're probably going to Protect, but in the event that you don't, I'm going to Thunderclap you. You don't, so you get the Thunderclap. Here comes the Ivy Cudgel. No crit. Now comes the Odor Up. It is super effective against Raging Bolts. And you get the attack boost. Tailwind's gone. But I'm also not seeing leftovers. So that's interesting. I'll go ahead with the Dazzling Gleam. We're just going to miss Tatsugiri because he's not on the field. But this should get close. Here comes the Ivy Cudgel. Take it down to Donzo. Now, if that was a Leftovers Protect, I could see this going two different ways, but they've already invested so much. So now I think I'm kind of in the clear here. I'm the fastest Pokemon on the field currently. Out comes Grimmsnarl. Okay, so the Fake Out's going to go to Fluttermane's position. But I'm going to Protect, and I'm just going to Dazzle Gleam because they can't... The Fake Out can go into Ogerpon. It can also go into Fluttermane, but nothing... So we predicted that, but Tatsugiri can't attack that Pokemon. Icy Wind. It's not going to lower down anyone's speed. Well, it is Fluttermane's, and it's going to make it so that he gets outsped. By, I don't think everybody. I think just Tatsugiri, if anything. But I'm going to go and Dazzle Gleam it up. But the parting shot is probably going to go into Ogerpon. And he's going to swap out to Latias, or he could just go somewhere else. Light Screen. So he does have a screen. So we know parting shot. Oh, it outspeeds both. I mean, that's okay. He's probably Scarfed, but I'm going to take up the majority of his HP so that I heal. And then here comes Dazzling Gleam, Terra Fairy, of course, and does not get the KO on the Grimmsnarl, but it will knock out this Tatsugiri. And that leaves us with Latios, and Grimmsnarl. Now, I'm going to hit Latios and then Dazzling Gleam. So I don't think he has anything to really knock me out. Reflect goes up, so it's going to lower down the damage of physical type moves. Luster Plunge. That's interesting. Fluttermane stands tall. I wonder what type of move that is. Probably Psychic, because if it was Dragon, wouldn't hurt Fluttermane at all. Unless it just ignores typing. I'm going to look that up real quick. Luster Plunge. But it looks like we took a dub in this one. It makes me feel extremely guilty because it's like this team, before I added Fluttermane, didn't do too well. But now that Fluttermane's on it, we have a higher chance of actually succeeding. And it's not because of the fact that Sylveon sucks. Sylveon was built to be more bulky and survive and use Yawn and be able to outlast several games. And I swapped it to answer the question of I want a screener because I think that's what's going to allow my team to survive, and because we've made a couple of more adjustments, we've been able to actually come out on top quite a bit more. So, and it makes me look really guilty, but it was the truth. You can look like 2 or 3 videos back. Luster Plunge. User lets loose a damaging burst of light. This may also lower the target's special defense stat, and it's 95 base power with 100 accuracy. It is a psychic move and it's a special attack, so that's dope. Latios has a 130 base special attack, 110 special defense, and 110 speed. And its counterpart, Latias, has 110 special attack, 110 speed, but 130 special defense. So it's kind of dope. And I do have a team in mind for this, and I'm going to be specifically using Reflect type. I want to see how that goes underneath the ladder, just because I think it would be interesting just to be able to switch my type whenever I want to. Plus, it's another Tailwind user that knows Helping Hand, so it's pretty cool for me, if you ask me. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get to our next match. Okay, so in this particular team, we've got Tornadus, Fluttermane, Kingambit, Incineroar, Raging Bolt, and Water Ogerpon. So we can't have Incineroar come with us because we're going to be triggering Defiant off Kingambit. Now it could have like Supreme Commander, but I highly doubt it. Not anyone's going to be using that. I thought about it. It's like, no, you don't. There's a reason why you don't. So in this specific instance, I think Tornadus and Raging Bolt coming in first with a Flutter Mane, and we'll end it with Ogerpon. That way we don't have to worry about triggering King Gambit at all. And because the majority of actually I think our team is pretty similar, so it's like a mirror team outside of one Pokemon. I use Urshifu and they use King Gambit. Now that I think about it, I think that's what we have. It's like almost a mirror match. Now I still don't have anyone to counter King, or what was it? I don't have anyone to counter Raging Bolt on anyone else's side, so it's gonna be very, very interesting. But I'm gonna go ahead and Tailwind and probably protect. I mean, I could switch, but I don't think that's gonna be the option here. You know what? Let's go fully on the offense, right? Let's see if we can do this. They're gonna Terra. It's to Flutter Mane. And you are Terra Fairy. Okay. I'm also gonna Terra. I'm gonna change Raging Bolt to Electric, so he gets a boost in his Thunderclap Thunderbolt combo. Thunderclap hits. Does not take down Flutter Mane, but gets really close. Dazzling Gleam comes out of the Flutter Mane. Now, Tornadus, oh, never mind. I was gonna say Tornadus usually lives that, but doesn't this time. And here up comes the Katal Cleave, which goes right into Raging Bolt. So right off the bat, we are down 2 Pokemon after turn 1. That's insane. And I didn't use Tailwind, which means they get to attack first if that's what they have. So that's dope. Da, 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 da. Yay me. So King Gambit could get hurt quite a bit with almost all my moves, but I'm going to go ahead and go that, and I'm going to follow me on the Ogerpon. So that King Gambit, if it was going to do Sucker Punch, is going to fail now. And he was, and it fails. Flutter Mane attacks, so it's higher than 170, most likely capped at 205. That's a crit. That's insane. That Flutter Mane goes down now. Thing is that they completely outplayed me. There's little to no way that I can get on top of this because I didn't use Tailwind up front. Incineroar comes out next, which is going to ignore Flutter Mane as its special attack, but it is going to hurt the Ogerpon quite a bit. Now, unfortunately, Sucker Punch is going to hurt again, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. Fake Out goes into the Ogerpon, so no follow me. Sucker Punch is going to take down... Oh, it doesn't. Okay. I thought they would Sucker Punch into the Flutter Mane, but guess not. I'll take that. Absolutely. Out comes Ogerpon. We'll just go ahead and Dazzling Gleam, and I'm going to Ivy Cudgel the Incineroar. Because I outspeed the Incineroar for sure. Ogerpon, I'm not so sure. A lot of people like to build them bulky. I know mine's kind of like that, but I did mine for fire and not water. And I'm also not using my Terra type on Ogerpon unless I need to ignore the grass typing, which is unusual for me. They are faster. Okay. They are faster than my Fluttermane, so they got to be at least 179. Dazzling Gleam comes out, hits the Incineroar, almost knocks it out, but the Sister Berry is going to bring it back up to half. And this is going to be the game. Still, if I had just a little bit. What killed me there, obviously, was losing Tornadus in turn 1 and not using Tailwind. That was more than enough time in turns for Tailwind to go off. So that, if I would have lived, that would have been the turn for Tailwind to end. Yeah, let's see where Ogerpon ends on speed tier, just for my personal knowledge. So we'll get Ogerpon, Wellspring, about 50. Now base with 31 IVs. Obviously, I like having my guys hyper trained. It stops at 120. With the Jolly Nature, it brings that 143, and full speed investment is 178. To outspeed Ogerpon, I would need to hit 179. And I'm only saying that because my Fluttermane sits at 170. And that's with no speed investment. If you give Fluttermane, because it starts at like 135, if you don't put any points into Fluttermane whatsoever, it stops with Timid at 170. To beat that, I would need to give it 68 speed to become 180, which then outspeeds a lot of Pokemon. The only Pokemon that doesn't outspeed at that point is the Pokemon that are like top tier. So to put into perspective, and what I mean by top tier, it just means the people that have more than 135 speed. So Regieleki will still outspeed it regardless because it starts at 200 and with no investment at all sits at 220. You have Voltorb, which is 150, Dragapult, which stops at 142, and these are bases, by the way. And obviously you have Iron Bundle, which is 136 instead of 135. Chien-Pao is 135, so on and so forth. You can't get higher than Regieleki that's not a legendary. But even then, the legendary that catches up is Deoxys, and then you have multiple forms of Deoxys. One Deoxys form is 180, the rest are 150. Electrode is 150 base, and is not as strong as Regieleki, but can do the job really, really well. Calyrex is 150, and this is the Shadow Rider. Zacian is 148, which is 6 points above Dragapult. So just for comparison's sake, that's what a lot of people are looking at. So Fluttermane sits at 170, is not a bad metric at all. Let's go over to our next match. So in this matchup, we've got Landorus Eye, Water Ogerpon, Fluttermane, Rillaboom, Gouging Fire, and King Gambit. Again, we may not be able to use Incineroar because we will have to deal with King Gambit and its defiant nature. However, my biggest obstacle that I have currently is going to be that Landorus Eye. Landorus Incarnate is a special attacker that uses ground type moves, but he also uses poison type moves. So ground, Raging Bolt is weak too. Poison, which is Ogerpon's weakness too. And the two Pokemon that can possibly knock him out is exactly Urshifu and Ogerpon. So I'm kind of stuck in this little thing here. Now, Fluttermane is also in that spectrum, but I'm hoping to get a little bit more bang for my buck here. We'll bring in Tornadus, Fluttermane, Urshifu, and Ogerpon. The Pokemon that I just said that would be like the worst to bring up for Landorus Eye, but I'm going to do my best to maneuver through it. since I don't really have anyone that's going to be a direct counter to it, especially if they use their Terra for poison. I don't really have anyone that's going to be able to take care of it. So they start off with King Gambit, Gouging Fire, and I start with Tornadus and Fluttermane. Photosynthesis activates for Gouging Fire, and Speed was heightened. So we'll take advantage of that and just go Terra, but I'm going to switch over to Ogerpon. No, we'll switch over to Urshifu. We're going to probably see a Breaking Swipe out of Gouging Fire, but I know with King Gambit sitting there, I'm not necessarily afraid of the Sucker Punch. What I am afraid of is the Iron Head. And because my Fluttermane is spec'd, I'm going to have a harder time taking it out, so we'll see what happens. As soon as they lock in their moves. Now, Breaking Swipe wouldn't have done anything to Fluttermane, so I don't think it would have been that, but Heat Crash could also come out of that slot. Here's the Terra, so Landorus I will not have a Terra for poison. It goes straight for the Gouging Fire, who becomes Fairy. I don't have a poison type, nor do I have a steel type move to use against it, so I'm kind of boned in that aspect as well. So I'm going to use Tailwind, Heat Crash, which is going to go right into Tornadus. Does not get the KO because it's based on weight, and then the Katal Cleave is going to knock down Tornadus. But the last mistake that I did was not doing this, and I did it this time. So I don't have to worry about that now. We'll go ahead and bring out Ogerpon. So he's seen 3 of... Well, no, actually he's seen all 4 of my Pokemon now, because he knows what's in the back. I'm going to hit the King Gambit. You know what? Follow me. And I'm going to close combat the King Gambit. He's probably going to swap. It would make the most sense, since I did show that I have single strike Urshifu and not a rapid strike. It's a good call. Here comes Fluttermane. Or is it someone else? Ogerpon. That's still dangerous. Follow me. We'll pull the attention off of Gouging Fire, but not until I do close combat on the Ogerpon. So we're going to lower down my defenses one stage. Breaking Swipe does come out. Those crits. They are insane today. These crits, man. These absolute monsters. I'm going to go ahead and... yeah, you know what? We're going to Spiky Shield because I feel that Hornleech is going to go over there. Gouging Fire switches. Out comes King Gambit. I mean, good call, but I am definitely going to go full Terra Dark on my Urshifu, and I'm going to just Sucker Punch the Ogerpon because I believe they're going to make a move too. I mean, they could Spiky Shield, but it would make sense if they made a move. They followed me instead, so I do fail. So they were hoping for like maybe something else to come out. I'm gonna follow me, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna attack Ogerpon still. We could go for... See, King Gambit switches out again. Out comes Gouging Fire. He's trying to bait me to go into that attack. There's this. Sucker Punch is gonna land. And it does not knock out the Ogerpon, but Horn Leech does go into the Ogerpon slot. And my Tailwind's now gone. Swap to Flutter Mane. And I'm going to Sucker... No. Let's just Wicked Blow into that slot. Instead of Sucker Punch, we'll just Wicked Blow. It's the same thing, instead of it being like a thing, though. But I think that they're going to break and swipe with Gouging Fire. Follow me on the Ogerpon, so they weren't going to attack. Out comes Wicked Blow, so I do outspeed Gouging Fire. Ogerpon goes down. Break and Swipe does not hurt the Flutter Mane, and will do decent damage on the Urshifu. But now I need to switch him out. He's done his job. He needs to go. Out comes King Gambit. How many do they have? They have 3. Who was their... I haven't seen their 4th. What it detect? Detect on Urshifu, so the Heat Crash is going to go down on Flutter Mane, but it's going to get my attacks off first. Sucker Punch was led over for the Urshifu. It's a good thing I detected instead. Takes him down to half. Heat Crash does hit the Flutter Mane, does not get the KO. Okay. Sucker Punch. On Gouging Fire. Oh, that did hardly anything. Sucker Punch on the Flutter Mane does take it out. There's no way that I can save that. I should have swapped, honestly. Heat Crash is going to go right into the Urshifu now. But I couldn't save the Flutter Mane, like at all. So in this instance, it didn't matter what I did, unless I got rid of Specs. Oh, I don't know who their 4th was, but having no way to swap out, like not having U-turn, it's been very detrimental. It's Horn Leech to Gouging Fire, so I get a little bit of that HP back. We're gonna Heat Crash first. It is gonna KO. I don't think Ogerpon weighs a ton. I know Gouging Fire weighs 100 or 1,300 pounds. Let's look at Ogerpon. Now I know that we should never ask a woman what her weight is, but it's kind of necessary. She weighs 87.7 pounds. Yeah, good luck. Heat Crash will definitely knock her out, regardless of typing. Like, even with the Wellspring Mask, that's not... Nope. Nope. Just to make sure, yep, it is the same all the way across. 87.7, 87, yeah. Nope. That's not... Nope. That's not happening anytime soon. Let's go to the next match. Okay. So in this match, we've got Incineroar, Ogerpon, Golden Go, Raging Bolt, Tornadus, and Urshifu. Let's see what we can do here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, seems like we got wide variety of teams that are mixed attackers, so be anybody. Incineroar putting in most of the work to make sure that the rest of the team is successful, though. And I think that's a grand idea. You know what? Let's open up with Incineroar, Tornadus, Urshifu, and Flutter Mane. We'll leave Ogerpon and Raging Bolt in the back. Probably like the worst decision, but at the same time, it's the best decision that I have. Because like, my mindset goes, if they bring out like Raging Bolt. Like I do have weaknesses, right? I don't have a way to get rid of some Pokemon. So it kind of like this is here. We've got Incineroar and Tornadus versus Golden Go and Tornadus. Now, I did lower down Golden Go's attack with Intimidate, which is dope. But I'm going to go ahead and just do... I'm going to do the Fake Out on the Tornadus, thinking that it's not going to have what I think it's going to have. They're going to activate the Terra, go straight to Golden Go. Terra Fairy, so it's going to ignore the Dark and Fire weakness that it has. Make it a little bit more neutral. Fake it out. That Tornadus, which gets hit by the Rocky Helmet, so now I know that it doesn't have Taunt or Mental Herb. I can just go with no problem. Nasty Plot. Now I can't do anything status-wise. Like I can't taunt Golden Go. I have to get rid of his ability first, and even Skill Drain I don't think will work. So what I have to do first, I'm going to taunt the Tornadus, and then I'm going to go ahead and just knock off Golden Go's item, because I don't know what it is. So I'm going to make sure that this Tornadus doesn't do anything hardly. I can't Parting Shot the Golden Go, which is dumb. I'm only saying that it's dumb because of the fact it's like, it's technically not a thing. Metal Coat. Okay. So we took off its attacking item. I believe it raises attack, like steel moves by like 50%, or not 50. Wow, if it was 50, Jesus. 20%, I think. I mean, I don't really want to switch yet. I can't Parting Shot. Let's knock off Tornadus' item. Withdrew Tornadus, so that items that's coming in is going to get knocked off. It's the Ogerpon. I can't knock off that item. Nope. Can't do that. Bleak Windstorm does miss the Ogerpon. It does hit the Golden Go. So that's unfortunate. Make it rain after a +4. Does not knock out the Incineroar, but it will take down the Tornadus. For sure. I was hoping to be able to knock down the Ogerpon, or at least not have it swapped into something. But that's okay, because now we can open up our Flutter Mane, which is obviously faster than Golden Go. And we could go ahead and just go with the Dazzling Gleam to do the spread. And I can then knock off the Ogerpon as I outspeed. They don't have Tailwind, I do. At least I should. Obviously I already locked in my attack, so I can't really check right now, but we're going to check after this. After this sequence of turns. But I believe I still have it open. Spiky Shield. Good call. But I believe I am going to knock out this Golden Go. I think that's 100% happening. Does go down. So now their Terra's used up. I still have Tailwind, I think. Knockoff goes into the Spiky Shield, which isn't going to do anything. But I am going to receive a little bit of damage. I did have Tailwind, so now it's gone. So now if Tornadus comes out, which he does, he's going to have access to Tailwind, which then is going to mean that Ogerpon's going to outspeed. So in this instance, I don't really want to bring in Urshifu, because if he does attack, so we did see Rain Dance. We know that was a move. You know what? We'll Parting Shot off the Ogerpon. There's the Tailwind, so we were expecting that to not work. Ivy Cudgel into the Flutter Mane. Mine's full health. Crit! It's a crit! Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's hard hitting. I think I do live if it wasn't crit. I'll have to look. And I have to base it off mine, right? But I do believe I lived that. I doubt it, but I think I do. So now we're bringing in Incineroar again. And let's go ahead and fake out Ogerpon, and I'll Sucker Punch the Tornadus. I think this is a terrible decision, but it's the best one that I've got. Sucker Punch right into that Tornadus, does not get the KO, but here comes the Bleakwind Storm. Ogerpon flinched. Or are you doing Rain Dance? Nope, Bleakwind Storm. That is going to knock out Tornadus. So he does not live. Absolutely, like non-crit. There's no way he lives that. I looked. There's no way to live that. Like the only way that he lives against Tornadus's Bleakwind Storm is to have the Assault Vest and Terra Flying, or just anything that resists flying. But yeah, we're done. I'm not gonna. Nope. It's a 3-on-1. Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, we might have been able to get away if we walked in with Raging Bolt. He probably would have been like the equalizer in that fight. But I wanted to give opportunities to Flutter Mane, not necessarily to show off, but in that particular matchup, it's the one that I thought that would do the best. And it was not, especially after they got Tailwind off. But I will check to see if Flutter Mane does live that attack. So let's go into Showdown real quick. Not Showdown, I don't need Showdown. Pokesports Gen 9 Calc, because there's like several of them now. And I'm gonna try to make my own. Because some of these, like, there's one for Showdown, like there's a damage calc there, but it doesn't cap you or let you know where you're at in your EV values. Is my Ogre on there? Nope, he's not. Okay, that's fine. We'll just do Flutter Mane here. Link set. So mine's Jolly. Just gonna do 252 attack because that's what mine is. Ivy Cudgel. Nope, does not live. Never mind. Does not live that at all. Mine's 165 HP. So I have a lot of HP into my Flutter Mane. It's 162. Yeah, no, it doesn't live. Absolutely does not. I think I go full 252 in HP and like some special attack or something like that. I'll have to look. Give me a sec. Okay, so after doing some confirming with the damage calcs, I put 252 in HP and 252 in special attack into Flutter Mane, and I have Timid so that I have the 170 base speed. It used to be something completely different, and I realized that having a certain amount into HP and then something into defenses didn't really help out too much, so which is why I landed at the number that I have here. However, with just Jolly, which is what my Ogerpon is sitting, as you can see, it's Jolly, and it has the maximum attack benefit that it could have. So it has full 252 in attack. And Ivy Cudgel one-shots Flutter Mane. So there was no way that I could live, and the only way that I can make me live is if I changed my defense stat and put in 140 points into defense. So full investment into HP, which is 252, and then 140 points of EVs into defense. Now I could go bold and make it 102, which then means that I could go further down to where I can live 1 attack, which means I'd have to put in at least 76 points into defense, having bold to be able to survive it. But my speed would go from 170 to 155, which means all of the points that I just took away would need to be added back into speed, which would end at 116, but I have nothing in special attack. So 64 points would go right back into special attack, which means that would be 163. Not something that I particularly want to sit at, but I would at least be able to survive Ivy Cudgel for 1 attack. And I don't know if that's something that I want to go for, especially if I can go, the exact opposite direction and go full modest and go 252 in both, kind of like what I do for Torkoal, and then just have the 310 speed that I would have for, 310 speed with Tailwind on my side, which would make it 3 points higher than Booster Energy Fluttermane's. It would make it 1 point higher than Booster Energy Iron Bundles. It will not outspeed anything that Regieleki could do, like base speed wise, but if it's scarfed, absolutely not. So if I want to be able to like knock out, this Pokemon myself, let's see what Moonblast would have. And that's with choice specs. So full special attack investment is a 50% chance to 1-hit KO Ogerpon. It's literally a coin flip, but I don't have anything listed in HPs or defenses for the calcs for Ogerpon, just for attacking. So nope, not going to happen. Is not going to survive. Nope, absolutely not. And that, Pokefans, ladies and gentlemen alike, is going to be the end of today's video. As you can see, we ended at 25,438, 95 battles in, 43 wins, and 52 losses. We made some pretty bad plays, obviously, not bringing in Raging Bolt enough to really take advantage of the stats that I did apply for him. So we could be looking at maybe redoing his EV spread to make him a little bit more attack friendly, or maybe to survive quite a bit of attacks from other Pokemon, like being knocked down. Well, I want to say it was like what did knock him out? It was really, really surprising. I think it wasn't Fluttermane, but I do think it was like Katao Cleave or something. It was not like a move that he was weak to, but it was a move that it could have been like a team up too. But anyway, I have forgotten already. Like I said, I'm out of it today. But anyway, we could be looking at redoing his EVs for the next video, or maybe it's something that comes down the pipeline later on this week. I'm just excited that we're 5 matches away from the big 3 or the 3-digit numbers. We're about to hit 100 battles with these 3 teams, or in between these 3 teams. And I gotta tell you, it's pretty exciting. I'm actually looking forward to this. We're gonna go above and beyond too. But I do want to give some presents to like the tier series that's gonna be coming out here pretty soon. So you'll have a video for Monday and Tuesday, which will get us our 100, and then the tier series will come out, and then after that you might see some of the global challenge videos, because that's happening this weekend, and upcoming weekend I should say. So I'm excited to see how our team does in that tournament, which is gonna be weird. I don't know if I'll do it the same way that I did this, since I might be locked out of that team for a while, but we'll see how it goes. With that being said though, I do want to thank you guys for watching, and I would just like to ask for one last favor. If you don't mind helping support the channel by leaving a like on the video, or dislike it if you didn't. Leave a comment down below. As you guys know, I do read and reply to any and all comments you guys leave behind, and if there's suggestions, then I will look into that and see if they are good to pursue, and we'll do the best that we can with what we've got, obviously. And if you're a brand new viewer of mine, please don't hesitate to, click on the playlist, which is going to be listed here at the end card, and you can watch the entire series from when I started back in season 4 all the way up until now. And I'm getting newer Pokemon for the team, so you'll probably see that in the next season for season 16. And if you're a returning viewer, hitting the subscribe button would mean the world to me. It also lets me know that you guys like what you see and you just wanted to continue seeing this type of content. And again, leaving a comment down below would be also greatly appreciated. And if you guys want to follow me anywhere else, you can follow me on X, which is in the description, as well as a community Discord, which you can pop down there too and join that way. That's all that I've got. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.